Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
Breaking news this noon. Macomb County prosecutor Eric Smith, facing a long list of corruption charges, will have a live report in minutes. But first, breaking news from Japan, where the 2020 Tokyo Olympics have been postponed. Olympic sportscaster Mike Tirico speaking out.
So this all spiraled very, very quickly as paralleled the diseases outbreak across the world, and it led to this inevitable.
Meanwhile, a grim milestone for the United States. At least 100 coronavirus-related deaths reported in a single day for the very first time. U.S. officials placing restrictions on people leaving their homes.
We believe that social distancing, that's how you keep the pressure off the healthcare system.
We can scramble and create beds. We'll have a staff problem because staff are getting sick.
Our national stockpile allotment covered one shift at a hospital.
Meantime, new cases and deaths in Metro Detroit, including a staff member of the Detroit Police Department. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. The coronavirus does top our news this noon. We do want to give you an update on the very latest at this hour here in Michigan. A member of the staff of the Detroit Police Department, we have learned, that was infected by the coronavirus has died, and our thoughts are certainly with the department right now. Meantime, there are more than 1,300 cases across the state of Michigan, and most of them are right here in Metro Detroit, in Wayne and Oakland County. On Monday, 293 new cases were added to the state, and 15 people in Michigan have died from the coronavirus. We do want to get you updated with team coverage this noon. Nick Monticelli has a look at how private companies like Ford Motor Company are stepping up to address that desperate shortage of crucial medical supplies. So Nick, we'll get to you in a moment. Jamie, thanks for joining us this noon. We know the 2020 Summer Olympic Games have been postponed, so we'll learn more about that from you. But first, we do want to get an update with Larry Spruill, standing by with a look at what Chief Craig is saying after the department announced that they lost one of their own. Larry?
Good afternoon, Rhonda. We have some sad news to report this afternoon coming from DPD headquarters. Chief Craig did announce that a 38-year-old 911 call center employee did die after contracting the coronavirus. Now, Mayor Duggan tells me that he traveled out of state earlier this month, but then he returned back here to Detroit where he fell ill. He tried to go back to work but could not, and then we did learn that he died just yesterday afternoon. They did shut down the 911 call center, but now is back open. But Mayor Duggan had this to say to the victim's family. Take a listen.
Yesterday, we lost one of our own, an excellent and dedicated 911 call taker, 38-year-old man who has served this city well, died early yesterday morning. We're not releasing the name out of the respect for privacy for the family, but I do want to say to the family that the thoughts and prayers of every Detroiter are with you today, and we appreciate the dedicated service.
And so this is a very sad day, not just for DPD, but for the 911 call center in general. Now, I did ask the city's doctor if the victim had any medical issues whatsoever. I'm working on that part of the story coming up tonight at 5. We are live at DPD headquarters this afternoon. Larry Spruill, Local 4.
All right, Larry, thank you. Of course, we know sometimes underlying conditions can make it more difficult to survive the coronavirus. Right now, the 2020 Olympics and Paralympics have been postponed due to the coronavirus pandemic. Jamie Edmonds is standing by with a look at what this means for athletes.
After mounting pressure from groups like USA Swimming, USA Track and Field, and the entire Canadian Olympic team, the decision was made today to postpone the Olympics. Today, it became official. The International Olympic Committee and the Japanese government agreed on postponement. Quote, in the present circumstances and based on the information provided by the World Health Organization, today the IOC president and the Prime Minister of Japan have concluded that the games of the 32nd Olympiad in Tokyo must be rescheduled to a date beyond 2020, but no later than 2021, to safeguard the health of the athletes, everybody involved in the Olympic Games, and the international community. Athletes I talked to over the weekend, like two-time Olympic gymnast Sam McCulloch, agreed this was the only choice.
We're all stressed out trying to prepare for the games when we're being told we can't prepare for the games.
The Olympic Games have been canceled before in times of war in 1916, 1940, and 1944. There have also been boycotts in 1980 and 1984, but this is the first time they've been postponed. The Games will officially still be called Tokyo 2020, even though they will be held in 2021. The Olympic flame will remain in Japan. Now comes the hard part of changing everything, and there certainly will be heartbreaking stories from the 11,000 athletes who prepared their lives to compete this summer. We'll have athlete reaction coming up tonight at 5 and 6 o'clock. Jamie Edmonds, Local 4.
I certainly feel for those athletes, Jamie. Thank you. Meanwhile, Ford Motor Company making us proud here in Metro Detroit, announcing today that it's working with 3M and GE Healthcare to produce medical equipment and protective gear that is so needed by our healthcare workers across the country to help address the shortages in this fight against the coronavirus and to keep our healthcare workers from contracting the virus while treating patients. Let's get to Nick Monticelli with more on the announcement.
I jumped on a conference call earlier today talking to those who are making all of this happen. A very interesting conversation. They're even going as far as taking parts that would be in an F-150 and using them for respirators.
We have a lot going. This is very much kind of what our company does when we're needed, and our employees are amazing.
This morning, Bill Ford Jr. laid out how and how fast they are trying to make extra medical supplies. They have partnered with 3M and GE to help make air purifying respirators, ventilators, and face shields. And those face shields, they're making 100,000 per week. Engineers and designers have been working on plans using what's at their disposal. For instance, this filtration system using a seat cooling blower from an F-150.
We're actually finding that those fans are useful in production of some of these other items.
On a conference call this morning, leaders of Ford, GE, and 3M went into further detail, adding the goal is increased production, but if needed, a Ford plant can be reopened and reconfigured.
And we've got a range of options in terms of facilities that we could leverage to actually increase throughput capability and scale.
Going back to that conference call, there was also a very unique reference to the movie Apollo 13. I'll explain why what happened in that situation they think is similar to this. That's later on Local 4 News at 5. In Dearborn, Nick Monticelli, Local 4.
Wow, pretty incredible what they are able to do when manufacturing giants and very smart engineers get together to help our nation. Makes us very proud here in Detroit. Well, hope can be a very strong emotion, and high hopes on Wall Street are driving stocks higher today. Happy to report that for a change. Here's a live look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average that has risen well over 1,000 points in trading today. The surge in stocks is being driven on rising hopes for that stimulus package to emerge from Congress, perhaps as early as this afternoon. Investors are reacting positively to remarks from political leaders like Mitch McConnell and Nancy Pelosi that a deal is imminent that would protect workers and give financial assistance to businesses. Both Ford Motor Company and General Motors are riding the wave of rising prices, with shares in both companies seeing double-digit increases. And with health officials calling for more social distancing, many companies are allowing their employees to work from home or are closing their doors altogether. Well, the economic impact in the United States is growing more severe as the coronavirus spreads and the number of cases increase. President Trump is now trying to strike a balance between keeping America safe and shutting down the country. Tom Costello reports from Washington.
Our country wasn't built to be shut down.
With the U.S. economy grinding nearly to a halt, President Trump appearing to send mixed signals, suggesting the response to the crisis may be overblown.
America will again and soon be open for business, very soon, a lot sooner than 3 or 4 months that somebody was suggesting.
While also acknowledging the coronavirus situation will get worse.
Certainly this is going to be bad, and we're trying to make it so that it's much, much less bad.
The president downplaying what experts have said is the continued need to restrict social movement in order to slow the spread of the virus and the increase in the number of cases and deaths in the U.S. In the nation's current epicenter of New York, which has seen a surge in new cases, social distancing is still the order. As the White House is focused on flattening the coronavirus curve, on Capitol Hill, an intense back and forth over relief funding. Meanwhile, with healthcare providers facing critical supply shortages, the Justice Department says it will now prosecute those who hoard essential protective products in an effort to price gouge. Meanwhile, here at the nation's airports and airlines, devastated by the coronavirus, the Wall Street Journal reports airlines are discussing a possible voluntary shutdown of domestic air travel. Our sources say that's premature, but they acknowledge that airlines are flying sometimes with single-digit numbers of passengers, and that is simply killing their business. I'm Tom Costello at Reagan National Airport. Back to you.
Thank you, Tom. Meantime, clickondetroit.com is the place to go with all the information you need to get through this crisis and stay informed. Just go to clickondetroit.com/coronavirus. Meanwhile, we have some breaking news right now out of Macomb County. The Macomb County prosecutor, Eric Smith, now officially facing a long list of corruption charges. This all comes after an investigation into his handling of forfeiture funds has gone on for nearly a year with this investigation, and it culminated today. Rod Maloney joins us now live with what we know about the charges. Rod, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Rhonda. The charges here were in large measure expected, and right now the prosecutor himself is facing 10 counts, most of them felonies. And the expectation is he'll be coming here to the courthouse in Macomb County, at least the belief is of that. But we're still waiting to get more formal word here from the Attorney General, Dana Nessel.
The Michigan State Police swooped in nearly a year ago, raiding his office on April 17th, seizing computers and cell phones. Then about a month later, the MSP moved on the prosecutor's home. There they seized security cameras and the wiring that attached them to the computer. All of this stemming from a long-running dispute with county commissioners and the county treasurer over Smith's handling of a forfeiture fund, fine money seized by defendants in drunk driving and other cases. Today, the Attorney General filed 10 charges against Prosecutor Smith. The first, conducting a criminal enterprise from the prosecutor's office, then tampering with evidence. Then there are 5 counts of embezzlement by a public official, and then finally accessory after the fact to a felony, and also forgery and conspiracy. All along, Smith said he did nothing wrong. The problem for him was the records for the forfeiture fund circulated among the politically connected in Macomb County for months before the criminal investigation finally started. Among other things, the records showed were significant purchases from the fund for things like refrigerators, nearly $20,000 of checks written to AT&T, nearly another $8,000 to DirecTV, and $10,000 for purified water, when the fund was supposed to pay for things like police assistance to crime victims and go directly to other police departments, which the records did show some of the money did go to.
Now, we're still waiting to find out specifically what will happen here today. It's possible that the prosecutor could turn himself in. It's possible he could be arraigned here. It is also entirely possible that they could do all of this over the telephone because the courthouse has been closed. So a lot of things to sort out here this afternoon. And so we'll have a complete update for you coming up on Local 4 News at 5. But for now, reporting live in Macomb County, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
All right, Rod, we'll see you here later today. Still to come, global leaders are begging the public to stay home as the number of confirmed coronavirus cases rises. After the break, we take a look at the global impact of this troubling pandemic. But back here at home, here's Brandon with an update on our forecasts.
Right around 40 degrees, clouds out there, but the sun is going to try to break free today and will so moving forward. So we're in for some warmer weather next.